I am now devoting my entire life to the struggle against the vile Nazi creatures. If I am fated to perish, my death shall cost the enemy dearly. My dear winged yak is a good machine, and our lives are inseparably bound together. If the need arises, we shall both die like heroes. These are the words that Yekaterina Budanova wrote to her sister shortly after joining the Red Army in June of 1941. Yekaterina Budanova was born on December 6, 1916, to a peasant family in Smolensk, Russia. She had top grades in her school, but at some point had to start working as a nanny to support her family after her father's passing in and at 13 years old was sent to Moscow in the Soviet Union to join her older sister. There she would begin working as a carpenter at an aircraft factory, which would give her an interest in aviation. And in the early 1930s, Budanova joined an Aero Club's parachutist section, earning her pilot's license in 1934 and becoming a flight instructor in 1937. In 1939, the Soviet Union signed a law on universal military duty, allowing women to join the military. Because in the Soviet Union, there is no gender, there is only comrade. Of course, it has to be said, it wasn't all just sunshine and rainbows uh, for women joining the Red Army after the law was passed, as given that they still faced much discrimination from recruiters and officers alike. And of course, on the 22nd of June, 1941, Germany invaded the Soviet Union, and Yekaterina Budanova would soon after join the Red Army and be assigned to the 586th Fighter Aviation Regiment, which was one of the all-female regiments founded by Marina Reskova. She would later be transferred to the 437th Fighter Aviation Regiment, along with Lydia Litvak, Maria Kuznetsova, and Reza Belianieva. On the 14th of September 1942, Budanova would get her first victory, for which credit would be shared with Lydia Litvak. Her first solo victory would be against a Junkers Ju-88 in October of 1942 and a Bf 109 later on. Budanova was transferred to the 296th Fighter Aviation Regiment, which was later redesignated to 73rd Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment. This is where she would get the majority of her victories. If she would also here be given permission to become a lone wolf, which means that she would be doing freelance operations just like the best male pilots, and would be awarded the Order of the Red Star on the 23rd of February 1943. Budanova's last mission would take place on the 19th, in which she was escorting bombers on their mission, which was successful. But on the way back, she would encounter a group of 3 German Bf 109s attacking a group of Soviet bombers, at which point she decided that those Germans now had a problem and that she was that problem. She then veered off and engaging the German fighters, riddling one with bullet holes, shooting it down. Then zoom climbing back up and putting bullet holes into a second Bf 109, which escaped to the west, oil pouring from the hole she had put into it. The last Budanova's fellow pilot saw of her was her plane going down in flames. She managed to put the fire out and crash land the plane, but by the time local farmers had arrived to pull her out of the plane, she had already passed on. Budanova would be posthumously awarded the title Hero of the Russian Federation on the 1st of October, 1993.